News 3 Now this morning is live in Milwaukee ahead of tonight's presidential debate. We'll have a preview of what you can expect from a stage that doesn't include Donald Trump.
Plus, we're seeing really dangerous temperatures out there today on this alert day. The conversation's happening to protect outdoor workers who have to bear the heat.
And it's already a very steamy start to the morning, just barely below 80 here in Madison. We're headed close to 100. More on that first warning alert day coming up.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on this Wednesday. I'm Josh Ryder.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. We will get to Chris's live report outside of Fiserv Forum in just a few minutes here. But first, we got to talk about that really dangerous heat out there.
You know, it's just that humidity out there this morning. It is thick. You know, everything is wet this morning, and it's going to be like that all day long. So the humidity is with us. The heat is going to be with us. Right now, we're starting out barely below 80 this morning. 79 in Madison, has not been below 80 in the Dells, 78 in Camp Douglas and also Monroe. So it is a very steamy start to the morning, and it is going to get downright dangerous later today. And it's because of these dew points. You're talking about dew points above 75. That is almost dangerous, just miserable kind of conditions. And those dew points will remain in the 70s, it looks like, for most of the afternoon hours. And that's why we do have that dangerous heat. The heat index could be up close to 110 today, with the actual temperature getting close to 100, which we haven't seen in over a decade. Have to go back to July of 2012. High heat remains tomorrow. It will come down a little bit, but still looking at some high heat tomorrow. So we do have excessive heat warnings starting officially at 10 o'clock this morning, continuing right through 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Hazy sunshine today, already by the noon hour, likely to be up close to 90. As we head through the 90s, getting very close to 100, some of these numbers will likely hit 100. That's the actual temperature. The heat index, though, up to 105, 110 today with hazy sunshine. So it's going to be just a dangerously hot afternoon. So make sure you limit your time outdoors and drink plenty of fluids if you have to be outside. We'll talk about some relief coming our way later this week coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. We're going to keep an eye on that heat. To our other top story, the U.S. political universe will revolve around Milwaukee today.
We're just hours away from the first presidential debate of the 2024 election cycle. Chris Stanford is live outside Fiserv Forum, the site of tonight's debate. And Chris, it'll be interesting to see just how much the debate revolves around Donald Trump, the clear front runner who won't be there tonight.
That's exactly what I'll be watching for tonight, Josh. You know, these 8 candidates have had a few days now to prepare for a debate stage without Donald Trump. So one of the big questions is, how does that affect their strategy? I find this very interesting. The latest CBS News poll shows this poll of likely GOP voters say that they want the candidates to focus on themselves and not the former president tonight. 91% of the people polled say that. Donald Trump clearly way out ahead of the pack.
USA! USA!
Former President Donald Trump is pulling away from his 2024 Republican challengers in the polls and in person. Trump posted on social media, "New CBS poll just out has me leading the field by legendary numbers. I will therefore not be doing the debates." That poll shows Trump up 46 percentage points over the nearest challenger, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
When we ask voters, what do you want to hear in this debate? You get this lopsided number that wants the other candidates make the case for yourselves, but don't criticize Donald Trump. You get this paltry 9% that wants to hear critiques, and that puts the other candidates in a box.
Trump is holding a lot of sway with his supporters. 71% say they believe he tells the truth more than their friends and family, or even their religious leaders.
Republicans, to a larger degree, see the U.S. political system, they tell us, as corrupt. Now, a lot of people think it's dysfunctional, but right. Republicans in particular think it's corrupt. Well, what that does is it sets up Trump for them as the honest broker for them against that system. In fact, he's winning among people who want an honest candidate. They see him as the truth teller.
News 3 talked to one politician who knows what it's like to be on the big stage. Former presidential candidate and Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker has some advice for tonight's field.
That's something I found out firsthand. That just doesn't work in debates and in the campaign overall, that you can have the greatest record possible, but then you have to translate that into clearly articulating messages about what you'll do as president.
Back out here live in Milwaukee, tonight's debate begins at 8 o'clock here at Pfizer Forum. 8 of the 9 candidates who qualified will be here, everyone but former President Trump. He instead is trying to draw attention away from the debate by posting an interview with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson on social media. The debate tonight will air at 8 o'clock on Fox News and the Fox News website. Leah and Josh, coming up in our next half hour, I'll talk with the chair of the GOP Party of Wisconsin and former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson, who ran for president, and hear from him about what it's like to prepare for one of the biggest stages in politics.
Yeah, I'll be interested to hear if Wisconsin is a topic of debate on stage. It'll be a really interesting conversation. Chris Stanford, thank you very much.
News 3 Now will have all-day coverage of today's debate live from Milwaukee, on air and online, and our brand new Channel 3000 News app. You can follow along for the latest news and analysis and a live wrap-up of the debate tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Okay, continuing coverage now of former President Trump's multiple indictments happening as he runs for president. The current frontrunner plans to turn himself in Thursday ahead of his arraignment on Friday in the Georgia election case. John Eastman, Trump's former lawyer, is a co-defendant in this case. Eastman surrendered yesterday at the Fulton County Jail. The indictment claims he played a key role in the alleged plot to send fake electors to Congress. Then later today, another former Trump lawyer and current co-defendant, Rudy Giuliani, will reportedly meet with Fulton County prosecutors ahead of his surrender.
Wisconsin Secretary of State Sarah Godlewski is facing a new lawsuit from a conservative policy group. The Institute for Reforming Government is accusing Godlewski of blocking a records request on the events leading up to her appointment to the position earlier this year. Governor Evers appointed Godlewski to be Doug LaFollette's successor the day he resigned back in March. Republicans have accused Godlewski of quid pro quo, dropping out of a Senate race and endorsing Mandela Barnes for the position. Godlewski denies these claims.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office says it's temporarily suspending in-person visits at the jail amid a spike in COVID cases. Currently, 49 inmates are testing positive for the virus. Attorneys are still allowed to visit, but they are required to wear masks right now. Face masks are available for staff and residents, and they're also increasing cleaning and rapid testing. Medical staff are going to treat minor cases, but if an inmate's case becomes severe, the sheriff's office says they will, of course, take them to the hospital.
New overnight, Wisconsin Dells police say they have 2 people in custody for following robberies. A man and a teenage girl are in custody following a robbery in a parking lot. The 2 are accused of pulling up to a teenage boy in an SUV and demanding money. Police say the man then threatened him for more money using a gun. Police say they made the arrest 2 hours after the incident. He's facing a tentative charge of robbery with threat of force. Police did not say whether the girl faces charges.
6:07 now. United Auto Workers are voting to authorize a potential strike. This after more than a month of negotiations between the union and Detroit's big 3 automakers. Union workers say they're willing to strike if their demands aren't met.
If we don't lock down the jobs, our careers are gone.
We've been a single income family my whole life. I've worked and my wife was a stay-at-home mom, and this is the kind of job you used to be able to do that, and not anymore.
So voting ended at 8 last night. We can expect the results of that vote to come out at some point today. A potential result of this, it could be making cars more expensive for you at home. And there are no federal safety standards specifically protecting outdoor workers during this dangerous heat we've seen so far this summer. Now, OSHA's considering a new federal heat safety standard. Not everybody's on board, though. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce wrote a letter to OSHA asking them to consider the impact these guidelines would have on businesses. Even if they are approved, new federal guidelines wouldn't take place for years.
Back to the extreme heat today. If the heat's getting to your kids, you have the opportunity to take them to one of Madison's 3 splash pads. They're at Cypress, Elver, and Rindall Parks. The splash pads will be open from 10 to 8. You can also head to Open Swim in Madison at Goodman Pool from 1 to 5:30 this evening. If you're not in Madison, the Middleton Bauman Aquatic Center is available from 1 to 6. Sun Prairie's Family Aquatic Center doors there are open from 12:30 to 5:30.
Hey, kids are heading back to school school soon, so packing lunches will be a task for many parents out there.
Shane Hogan is here this morning with expert advice on how to keep them simple and healthy. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Josh. That's right, simple and healthy. Your school lunches help your kids stay energized and focused throughout the school day, so packing things that are good for them is critically important. And just because it should be healthy doesn't mean it needs to be an overly complicated meal. I talked with UW Health pediatric clinical nutritionist Camilla Martin about what you should include in the lunch, and her message was clear: keep it healthy and simple.
Don't feel the need to make this like a crazy extravagant meal. It doesn't need to be like a chef's quality meal for it to be high quality for kids.
So what does that look like? That means lean proteins, fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and dairy. And having a little bit of all of these categories represented in your kids' lunch will provide them with a great source of nutrients and energy for the entire school day. Another tip she had: find things that are shelf stable. So canned fruits and vegetables, they're a great option because they last long and they don't need to be kept cold. Also, Martin says these lunches do not need to be expensive. There are plenty of food pantries that offer those shelf-stable options that are also very healthy for kids. So if you're on a tighter budget this school year, that could be a great option for your family.
I think simplicity is always the best thing.
Yes.
And I think a lot of adults can even take that into mind when it comes to staying healthy too.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be something crazy. It can be, you know, just a couple fruits and vegetables, something your kids like as well that they enjoy eating. And that can really go a long way for, you know, a long school day, especially coming out of these summer months.
Busy moms, anything that takes less time, sign us up for.
Big time. All right, Shane Hogan, thank you.
6:11 coming up in sports. We're going to check in on the Brewers. Then Andrew shines a light on Verona natives' impressive performance for the Yankees.
Plus, also ahead, how you can help a local charity buy adaptive sports equipment for kids with disabilities in the 608.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 5th.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota, let's go places.
With Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk, you'll want to savor every moment. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and of course, it's delicious. Fairlife.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. The sun is setting on Toyota's Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 5th.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back. You're taking a live look at Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee. In just over 12 hours, the first GOP debate of the 2024 campaign kicks off there. 8 candidates on the stage, but not the frontrunner, Donald Trump. Our Chris Stanford is live all morning from Pfizer. We'll check back in with him in just about 15 minutes.
Now it's time to slow things down and see what's happening in the 608 at 6:14 this morning. You're invited to a very special event this weekend, and it all helps support local athletes. Paul's Party is gearing up for one of their biggest fundraisers of the year. The grassroots charity buys adaptive sports equipment for kids in Wisconsin with physical disabilities. One of those kids is Jonah, who we featured in the 608 before. He's part of the community of para-athletes throughout the state. Paul's Party was started as a kindness campaign to honor the memory of Paul Natsky on the first birthday after his death. His mother, Kathy, says most families wouldn't be able to afford for their kids to try sports without some assistance because the equipment for just one sport can be in the thousands of dollars. Paul's Party bridges that gap and helps these kids get active and make friends. So here's where you can come in this weekend. Sunday's special event is called Paul-Palooza. It's happening at Lake Louis Brewing, previously known as Wisconsin Brewing Company in Verona. This is an all-day music festival starting at 10 in the morning, featuring free live music, food, beer, raffle prizes, and a few fun activities for the whole family. This year, they've been able to buy $80,000 worth of sports equipment for kids as well. So if you'd like to help out, you can find this story up on channel3000.com. Pretty remarkable. Giving these kids opportunities to be able to make friends and be active is pretty huge, Leah.
$80,000 raised by this organization. That goes a long way, and this weekend is the perfect weekend to get outside, have a beer,
yes,
donate.
Yeah, and $80,000 just this year alone.
That's
so
insane.
You think of the hundreds of thousands that they've been able to provide is pretty remarkable. Well, if you have anything, you can always let me know over on social media.
All right, 6:16. Let's turn it over to Kelly Slifka now with that top story of the day, the alert day for that heat, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, it is very humid out here this morning. What a change from yesterday morning when we started out in the low 60s. We're up very close to 80 today and a lot of humidity out there. We do have the first warn alert day, and today is going to be the most dangerous as that heat index gets between 105 and 110. Temperatures near 100 later this afternoon, and really from about noon until 6 o'clock, it looks like that heat index will be above 100. So it's going to be an all afternoon long deal. So we do have the excessive heat warning in effect from 10 o'clock officially this morning right through tomorrow. Now it looks like that will continue that heat right until about 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Temperatures will be down from where they're expected today, but still high heat expected tomorrow afternoon. Dew points, this is what we want to talk about. These are very important. When you talk about dew points, they don't vary as much as what you would see the temperature as we go throughout the afternoon. It'll likely hold in the 70s all afternoon long, and with the dew points this high, it's going to create oppressive, almost miserable conditions throughout the afternoon. So it is extremely steamy out here. Your body just can't evaporate the sweat, which would typically be a cooling mechanism for you. We don't get that evaporational cooling when the humidity is out there. Temperatures rising through the 80s already at the noon hour, up to 90. 99 today, which would break a record of 98 and get very close to the triple digits, which we haven't seen since 2012. Heat index, that is going to be the factor. We're likely to be between 105 and 110. This computer model might be overdoing some of these, but needless to say, it's going to be oppressive, if not almost dangerous heat going into the afternoon. So if you're going to be outdoors for any duration, make sure you try to find shade, drink plenty of fluids, and make sure you check on the pets, the kids, and also the elderly, because that heat index is still going to be up close to 100 right into the evening hours as we get towards sunset. Got the heat dome. It's expanded across the Great Lakes states, southern Wisconsin, southern Minnesota. Now, notice the jet stream does flatten out, it looks like, by Friday. So that'll bring in some cooler temperatures and also a relief from the humidity as that heat gets suppressed down to the south. It'll be a much different story going into the weekend. 79 in Madison, so it is already warm out here, very warm. 80 right now in Middleton, 76 in Wanakee. I haven't seen that Middleton number get below 80 yet this morning. There is some relief. It looks like that'll come in with a cold front. May see a shower with that front Friday morning. Better chance, if you will, coming into Friday afternoon, late Friday afternoon into the evening. Doesn't look like much, but at least it will bring some relief from the high heat. First warn alert day today and also tomorrow due to that high heat. Temperatures back off on Friday with that chance of late afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Then we really drop those numbers in the 70s this weekend, and pretty mild, if not warm weather, into next week.
Fresh off a 3-game sweep over one of baseball's best, the Brewers returned home yesterday to host the AL Central leading Twins for a 2-game set. Crew trying to stay hot, maybe even extend their division lead. 2 on and 1 down, tied in the 6th. Tyrone Taylor gets jammed up, but sometimes that's all you need. He puts it in play, it drops, and a run comes home to score. The Brewers scored 5 runs in the 6th inning and go on to win it, 7-3 the final. Elsewhere in MLB, Ben Rortvedt picked up the slack for the struggling Yankees. The Verona native had the club's only 2 hits against the Nats last night, including this solo home run. Touch 'em all, Betty bombs, but the Yanks, they couldn't touch the win column. Washington wins it, 2-1 the final. Wisconsin volleyball leaves for the Big Ten Big 12 Challenge in Minneapolis later this week. But before they tip their season off against Baylor, there's still work to be done. In their exhibition win, the Badgers did a lot of things well, but they also understand they've got to clean some things up because they're not at the level they want to be at, which is Kelly Sheffield's plan all along.
Going into this season, I think that's a great thing to have because each day you can only get better. You know, volleyball's not a perfect game, so I think the progression and great areas that it showed in our game will really help us prepare for what's to come.
We are doing our best to prepare for that moment. The staff and all of the girls are doing a great job to get mentally prepared for that. So as soon as it comes, I feel like we'll be prepared for that.
He's only played in 2 preseason games, but man, has Nick Herbig looked like the steal of the NFL draft so far. In 2 weeks, he has 2.5 sacks, 7 tackles, and a forced fumble. The 4th rounder out of Wisconsin has a good mentor, too, with former Badger and NFL Defensive Player of the Year lining up opposite side of him in T.J. Watt. So what has T.J. seen from his Badger brother so far?
I think he's a phenomenal player, and I feel like he's done a lot of really good things for himself at Wisconsin. It's translating really well. No, you got to give him credit, man. He works his butt off. Credit to himself for just being a student of the game and continuing to evolve as a pass rusher and in the run game.
That's your morning sports fix. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
6:21 still ahead, a major update in the ongoing writer's strike in Hollywood. Why the latest offer might result in a return of TV and movies.
All right, stay with us. News 3 Now This Morning is back after the break.
Your digital source for local news and info for 25 years. Channel 3000.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Get the absolute lowest prices now during Ashley's Labor Day event. Save even more on doorbusters at discounts up to 83% off. Like this sofa and love seat set, now $598. Plus 6-year special financing with no money down. Only at Ashley.
Precision is very proud of our 5-star reviews. I do everything I can to go above and beyond for repairs. No, I'm not an actor. I'm a garage door tech. What I do here at Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Intuitive sit-to start in the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy.
Stay off the freeways.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I feel free to bare my skin thanks to Skyrizi. I'm celebrating my clearer skin my way. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. In another study, most people had 90% clearer skin even at 5 years. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Thanks to clearer skin with Skyrizi, this is my moment. There's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This is it. Our biggest mattress sale of the year is on now at Ashley. Save up to $900 on Purple mattresses and up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic. All with 72-month special financing. Only at Ashley.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! Everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Gwen shared a peek of her garden this morning.
Little color for us on a Wednesday morning.
I'm pretty sure that Kelly told us it was a bee balm. Oh gosh, I'm probably butchering that. Don't ask me to repeat it. It's a flower.
It's a very good photograph.
It's
like
something.
that looks professionally done.
Indeed, it does.
Gwen, some really
shout
good
out to
detail there. We love it, Gwen. If you've got a photo of your morning, please share it with us using the hashtag MyNews3Morning.
6:25. Shane has a trending story of the day.
All right, we are on strike watch yet again this morning because it could come to an end soon. Hopefully, because pretty big update here. The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers have released their latest proposal to the Writers Guild of America. That new package addresses all of the issues the Guild has identified as its highest priorities, plus an improvement on prior proposals. Say that 3 times fast. So that's including, higher pay, residual pay. So for things on Netflix and streaming services, they want to be paid for that. And, addressing artificial intelligence, all these different things that the Writers Guild wanted to address. And it sounds like this is the most hopeful it's going to get with the strike right now. So this is the latest proposal. We'll see if the Writers Guild accepts it and what that would do for the actors' strike. They're both, somewhat tied together. So we shall see.
A lot of people watching this. All right, Shane, thank you. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Colorado peaches, just $1.68 a pound. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve bacon wrapped sirloins, just $2.99. And buy 2, get 1 free on select Coke products. All week long at Hy-Vee.
Mark, a little help here? Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy 1 window and you'll get 1 free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy 1, get 1 free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I've been a member for approximately 8 years. Just coming in and working the body, working muscles, it really makes me feel better, gives me more energy. I play a lot of golf. Yeah, working out definitely has benefited my game. The strength is there. I just feel good, mentally and physically. Because I know if I miss my workouts, something is just missing in my day if I miss a workout. Together we inspire for a better tomorrow.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get $7,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are just bare chicken breasts, just $3.98. Sara Lee honey wheat or butter bread, just $1.99. And Oscar Mayer deli meat, just $3.97. All week long at Hy-Vee.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Right now, hundreds of heat records could be broken this week across the country. How we're helping you stay cool in our area.
And we are hours away from the first GOP debate of campaign 2024 right here in Wisconsin. A live report from Fiserv Forum on what you can expect from the candidates.
But first, your first look outside on this Wednesday morning, the hottest day of the week. That could also be a record breaker, Kelly.
Yeah, you can already see that humidity out there from the sky cam. All of southern Wisconsin under a excessive heat warning. We do have the alert day, that heat index possibly getting close to 110 today. More coming up.
Hottest day of the week could be the hottest day of the decade. Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchine.
And I'm Josh Breider. We'll get to Chris Stanford's live report from Milwaukee in just a couple of moments, but we want to start with Kelly Slifka with that alert day forecast. I just walked out to get my breakfast, and the windows are all steamed up.
Yeah.
It's just incredibly disgusting outside right now.
If you have glasses, I would imagine those glasses will steam up. Like
Mine did this morning.
Yeah, when you just like in the winter when you walk inside. But yeah, we've got the heat, the humidity out there. You can cut that humidity with a knife this morning. And that's going to create some dangerous heat indices later today. As we get the peak of the heating, I think we'll be above 100 already at the noon hour, the heat index, possibly getting close to 110 for some areas going into the afternoon. The humidity is all over the place, and that high heat will continue right through tomorrow, even though temperatures will back off a little bit. Right now, it's starting out at 79. We've barely dropped below 80 here in Madison. The Dells finally now dropping below 80 at 79. 78 Monroe, Mineral Point currently at 77. Dew points, the reason why these temperatures are not dropping, the temperature actually cannot get below 76. If it dropped to 76, we'd have 100% humidity, and it would be complete fog, and that's why we're seeing that haze already with all that moisture out there. So we do have excessive heat warnings in effect today. That'll continue right through tonight and tomorrow. Heat index today at 110. Heat index tomorrow still likely to be above 100. Hazy sunshine today as we climb through the 80s into the low 90s already early this afternoon. And I guess at least we do have a bit of a breeze out of the southwest, but temperatures likely getting very close to 100. So definitely try to stay cool today as temperatures get close to 90 this afternoon. By the noon hour, getting close to 100 later today. Talk about some relief coming our way later this week coming up.
All right, Kelly, thanks for the first warn. More than 8,500 daily heat records have already been broken across the country in the last 30 days. That's according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA says at least 445 more daily heat records could break this week alone. More are expected across the central and eastern U.S., where temperatures in some places could hit as high as 115 degrees.
We've been keeping you updated all week on the different cooling centers popping up around our area. You're taking a look at a list of some new locations opening up today and tomorrow. Uptown Janesville will be open from 10 until 7. Nearly every local library in our area is open to the public. The Middleton Senior Center open from 8 till 4:30. Those are the same hours for the Sun Prairie City Hall Community Room as well. Find a full list of 200 locations across our area over on channel3000.com.
It's getting so hot today that some schools across Wisconsin already in session are canceling. Milwaukee schools are one of them. They're canceling classes due to those excessive heat warnings. Most non-elementary schools there are already on an early start calendar, with this being the second week of class. We'll keep you updated on any local businesses, public spaces, or kids centers cancel or have an early out today.
The air temperature, not the only heat we need to look out for. Blacktop surfaces can reach as high as 160 degrees on 100-degree temperature days like today. So think twice about heading outside barefoot, and please do not walk your pets on those surfaces. Our first warn meteorologist Alex Harrington tells us this heat today has a different feel from what we're used to.
This heat is different from other heat that we've experienced this year. So even going into the shade with all that humidity, that's all that moisture that's basically hugging your skin, that doesn't allow the heat from your body to escape to space like it would if it was dry air outside, or a dry heat, so to speak. So even though the temperatures are around 100 degrees outside, when you factor in all this humidity going into the shade, you might not cool off as quickly when you have that warm, wet blanket basically around you.
When vehicles are parked in the shade, their temperature still drastically increases, so never leave anybody, including your pet, in an unattended car.
One alert day down, 2 more to go. This is our hottest one yet. We have everything you need to know on our First Warn weather app. Just search WISC weather wherever you get your apps.
Okay, to our other top story this morning, the national news cycle will be focused on Milwaukee today. That's where the first 2024 debate will kick off in just a couple hours.
Chris Stanford is live outside Pfizer Forum this morning. And Chris, this is a big deal for Milwaukee and the whole state of Wisconsin.
What an opportunity for Milwaukee and the state to get some national exposure. And we're already getting that this morning. Take a look down Media Row. More than a half a dozen national networks are already here reporting on the debates. Well, tonight, I think the overarching theme is how is Donald Trump going to play a role, even though he is not going to be on the stage. We've known now for a few days that he will not be here tonight at Pfizer Forum, the clear front runner, ahead by 46 points in the latest CBS News poll. Instead, he's going to try to draw attention away from the debates by posting an interview with Tucker Carlson on social media. We talked with Wisconsin Republican Party Chair about what you can expect tonight and what you should be looking for. He says to listen for a leader on the stage that you think will have solutions that our state can get behind.
You have such a good set of candidates. The great thing for me is, I've got the vast majority of the Republican Party of Republicans across Wisconsin that could vote for any of those candidates on the stage. So that's how, as party chairman, that's super helpful for me.
Some candidates have already been on the ground talking with people and business owners in Milwaukee. The candidates on the stage tonight: Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, former Vice President Mike Pence, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, current North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy. Now to some experiences of people who've been on a stage this big before. Up here in Wisconsin, he's run for president. He says that preparing for a debate like this is kind of like getting ready for a big game.
And you go into it, you don't know if you're going to get punched in the nose. You don't know, or punched in the belly. You don't know where it's going to come from, but you know it's going to be coming.
He says a lot of work goes into preparing for the debates, with a lot of sleepless nights. The field and players, though, much different this time around than what he experienced back in 2008.
Instead of trying to put out a message as to what you really want to do to improve the country, it's more of a tear me down instead of a build me up.
The former governor says he believes with Donald Trump not on stage tonight, it could end up being a more productive conversation for the candidates. Now, 3 other things that I'll be watching tonight include, will the candidates be able to resist the temptation to go after Donald Trump when he's not there? Another thing I'll be watching is, will they focus on themselves? 91% of registered GOP voters responded to the latest CBS News poll and said that they want the candidates to focus on them and not on Donald Trump. The last thing I'll be watching for is, will they all pile on Ron DeSantis and go after that number 2 polling position? Josh and Leah?
Yeah, he's right at 16% right now compared to Trump, just, head and shoulders above everyone else. Chris Stanford, thank you very much for that report.
You can stay with News 3 now as our team joins us live from the debate in Milwaukee throughout the entire day today. Chris will be there this morning. Reporters Will Keneally and Catherine Merck will be tracking the debate live from the Pfizer Forum throughout the night.
New information now on a crime that left more than a dozen cars damaged. Fitchburg police say 2 teenage boys are in custody after they were caught throwing rocks onto Highway 14.
This is a wild story. Officers used a drone to spot 2 15-year-olds on a railroad bridge over the highway just south of the Beltline. This happened around 10 o'clock Monday night. The drone was sent up after multiple reports of rocks being thrown at vehicles came in the days before. 18 cars were damaged. 2 people were injured in those. Right now, police plan on referring first-degree and second-degree recklessly endangering safety charges against them. Officers are also looking in to see if other damages were reported for other vehicles. You can call Fitchburg Police yourself to report any damage you may have gotten in previous days. New this morning at 6:39, 3 people, including a woman thrown from a vehicle, are recovering after a crash in Sauk County. This happened on Highway 23 near the intersection of Open View Road, just south of Reedsburg. An initial investigation finds that a Chevy Silverado was traveling north on 23 when a southbound Chevy Cruze crossed the center line. Officials say the Silverado tried to avoid the crash, but the vehicles hit nearly head on. A woman was thrown from the Silverado while the driver of the Cruze was trapped inside. Police say drugs and alcohol were factors in this crash. Those in the Silverado were not wearing their seatbelts.
It is 6:39 on your Wednesday. As kids head back to school over the next couple of weeks, making sure they have healthy lunches might be top of mind.
Our Shane Hogan is here with expert advice on why healthy food goes a long way in the classroom. Hi, Shane.
Hey, Josh. Transitioning from summer to school can be tough for any kid, but making sure they are eating healthy can go a long way in that transition and lead to success in the classroom. Eating healthy foods that are packed with nutrients help kids focus and sustain energy during the long school day, something especially important during these first few weeks when they're adjusting to their new routines. Pediatric clinical nutritionist Camilla Martin with UW Health says making a few small choices in what you include in your kids' lunch will have major benefits.
And especially in school where we only have limited times to eat, as kids are getting older, they might have to go from breakfast to 4 hours later for lunch without time to have a snack. So things with good quality like protein, fat, complex carbohydrates without a lot of the simple things added are going to be much better for them.
And we will have plenty of that expert advice over on channel3000.com, including what you want to have in those kids' lunches. And, another piece of advice that Camilla Martin had there, you can keep things simple and healthy, and these lunches do not need to be expensive. So some good advice here as we start transitioning back to school.
Yeah, the simpler the better. We have stuff to do, folks. Just keep it tight.
Lunch was always my favorite part of the day.
I know.
I was a husky boy.
Husky Josh. I doubt that, but who doesn't love lunch?
It's important.
It is important. Very important.
Shane, thank you. More local news now at 6:41. The family of a World War II veteran in Madison wants your help making his upcoming birthday a little more special. Lieutenant Colonel Harry Dillon Baker will celebrate his 103rd birthday on October 9th. He served for 24 years with the U.S. Army and was deployed to Europe during World War II. His family is asking for birthday cards from across the state. You can help out, send them over the next month. Find this address on this story over on channel3000.com.
Hey, what a simple way to make this gentleman's day. 103 years old. We got to thank him for his service to this country.
Yeah, celebrate him for sure.
All right, it is 6:42. Let's check in with Kelly on that serious alert day out there. Kelly?
Yeah, we got some dangerous heat on the way today. We do have an excessive heat warning. It actually continues right through tomorrow. There is some relief later in the week. We'll have the first one forecast coming up.
Plus, also ahead, how you can help a local charity buy adaptive sports equipment for kids with disabilities. That's in the 6:08.
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjord's furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjord's furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
The Midwest's premier showcase for a timeless tradition, the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show, September 7th through 9th at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Sow your curiosity with every thread in our huge exhibit of quilts and vendor mall. Get hands-on with our Sit and Sew workshops, or find inspiration with dozens of lectures and educational opportunities. Wrap yourself up in a world of quilting. Visit quiltshow.com for tickets and full schedule.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Need to update your furniture? Menards is your one-stop shop with all of the latest furniture styles at the lowest prices. Plus a great selection in stock, ready to take home today. So go ahead, relax in a recliner, get cozy in a love seat, or simply unwind with a comfy sofa. Elevate your living space with the Scotty Furniture Set. Right now, the entire collection is 11% off. Hurry in. These deals won't last long.
Intuitive sit to start in the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
News 3 Now brings you team coverage of the first Republican presidential debate.
We'll have live reports from Milwaukee and full debate analysis.
Campaign 2024 GOP presidential debate coverage today on your local election headquarters. News 3 Now.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulti here. Alert days are ahead for high heat and humidity. Stay safe, hydrate, and avoid outdoor activities. Wear light clothes, use air conditioning, check neighbors, and track the weather on the News 3 Now or First Warn Weather app.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:45 with a live look at Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee this morning, where we have team coverage all day leading up to the first Republican presidential debate. It starts at 8 o'clock and will air live on Fox News. 8 candidates will be on that stage tonight. Chris Stanford is live in the field and will have much more coming up in the morning sprint.
6:45, Kelly Slifka's talking about the top story of the day, that heat and this alert day. Kelly.
Yeah, you know, it is very humid out here this morning. It's been a while since we've seen this kind of humidity. You can almost feel that moisture just by walking outside. You can kind of feel that wave of moisture. So it is collecting. You can see it from our sky cam here from the studio. So that's creating a little bit of haze out there this morning, and that is all that humidity across the area. Expecting a high of 99. That would break the record of 98, and probably the hottest temperature we've seen in over a decade. You have to go back to 2012 when we did get into the triple digits. So we do have a first warn alert day, and today is going to be the most dangerous day. It's still going to be hot tomorrow, and you need to take it easy, but today is going to be some dangerous heat as the actual temperature gets close to 100, and that heat index 105 to 110 this afternoon. We do have that alert day for tomorrow as well. So the excessive heat warnings today, right through tonight, and also into tomorrow up until about 7 o'clock. And then we'll start to see some lower humidity come in as a cold front slides through. Dew point temperatures are in the mid-70s, mid to upper 70s, so it's very oppressive, miserable conditions out there, and it will likely hold. Dew point temperatures don't vary as much as what we would say the actual temperature throughout the day, as temperatures can fluctuate quite a bit. The dew point temperatures do not, and that's why we are expecting that oppressive heat today. We're talking about that heat index. Getting in that danger category as we go throughout the afternoon. It should be peaking about 4 o'clock. That's typically when we see our hottest temperature, the dew point not moving much. That's when that heat index could be up close to 110 later today. Definitely seeing some relief by Friday. So some safety tips, obviously, is try to stay as hydrated as you can throughout the day. Limit the strenuous activity. I know a lot of folks have to work outside. Make sure you wear light clothing and also try to stay in the shade. Don't forget to check on the elderly. They may have AC, but you never know if that AC goes out. And obviously take care of your pets as well. All right, the heat dome has moved into Wisconsin. That's why we're seeing the hot temperatures today and also tomorrow. But notice how the jet stream flattens out of Canada going into Friday. That will bring us some relief going into the weekend. But today, expecting that temperature up close to 100, there is at least a little bit of relief from that southwest wind that'll be up there at 10 to 20. 79 right now in Madison, 75 in Janesville. We are looking at some relief with a cold front that'll arrive Friday. May trigger a shower or thunderstorm. Then we get into some cooler weather for the weekend. But the first warn forecast has the alert day through tomorrow. That chance of storms on Friday afternoon, and then much cooler weather for the weekend.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Time now to see what's happening in the 608 this morning. You are invited to a very special event this weekend, and it all helps support local athletes. Paul's Party is gearing up for one of their biggest gatherings of the year. The grassroots charity buys adaptive sports equipment for kids in Wisconsin with physical disabilities. One of those kids is Jonah, who we featured in the 608 before. He's part of the community of para-athletes throughout the state of Wisconsin. Paul's Party was started as a kindness campaign to honor the memory of Paul Natsky on the first birthday after his death. His mother, Kathy, tells me most families wouldn't be able to afford for their kids to try sports without some assistance because the equipment for just one sport can be in the thousands of dollars. Paul's Party bridges that gap and helps kids get active and make friends. So here's where you can help and come in this weekend. Sunday's special event is called Paul Palooza. It's happening at Lake Louis Brewing, previously known as Wisconsin Brewing Company in Verona. This is an all-day music festival starting at 10 a.m. featuring free live music, food, beer, raffle prizes, and a few fun activities for the whole family. Get this year they've been able to buy $80,000 worth of sports equipment for kids. So if you'd like to help out the cause, you can find the story up on channel3000.com.
Boy, a perfect cause to be giving back to and a perfect weekend to get outside and go to Lake Louis.
Yeah, the weather's finally going to cool down, so it'll be a perfect opportunity to give these kids some opportunities.
$80,000, it's so impressive.
It's remarkable and definitely needed here in the community.
And only this year, right? So
yes.
Thousands more than that.
Oh, so many more than that over the last few years.
Okay. It is 6:50. Stay with us. The morning sprint is up next.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Skip the wait. Get your kids' glasses made the same day, only at Stanton Optical.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here at Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk makes every moment better. With 50% more protein and 50% less sugar, plus a creamy taste that makes that smoothie even smoothier. Fairlife.
We're doing everything we can to reduce our carbon footprint.
We are 100% employee-owned.
We are Barnes.
Landscape design can be overwhelming. Our experienced residential landscape designers work together with you to make any vision come to life. Welcome to Barnesville. From planting to tree and shrub pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. Discover the Barnes difference. Get started at barnesinc.net.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
At Stanton Optical, you get great value on eye care, including contacts. Right now, get a 1-year supply of AccuView Oasis and an eye exam for only $189. Scan now to book your eye exam. Yay, technology.
Shop the Brothers Maine Labor Day sale today.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
We start with Kelly Slifka tracking an alert day for the dangerous heat we'll see today, Kelly.
Yeah, this is going to be the peak heating today. This is going to be some dangerous heat coming our way, something we haven't seen for over a decade. Temperatures near 100, and that heat index 105 to 110 this afternoon. And that alert day continues through tomorrow because of the high heat, even though temperatures will come down a little bit. Down to 79, that's all we've been so far this morning, so it is a very steamy start to our Wednesday. We do have excessive heat warnings in effect today. That'll continue right through Thursday. We'll have more on this heat coming up.
Preparations are well underway inside of Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee ahead of tonight's Republican presidential debate. Frontrunner Donald Trump will not be here. The latest CBS News poll has him up 46 percentage points over his nearest challenger, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Tonight's debate begins at 8 o'clock here in Milwaukee. 8 of the 9 candidates who qualified, everyone but President Trump, former President Trump, will not be here. It will air on Fox News and the Fox News website.
Chris, thank you. A conservative policy group is suing Wisconsin Secretary of State this morning. The Institute for Reforming Government is accusing Secretary Sarah Godlewski of blocking records requests about the events leading up to her appointment to the role. Republicans have accused Godlewski of quid pro quo, accepting the position in trade for ending her campaign for senator back in 2022. Godlewski denies those claims.
Wisconsin Congressman Derek Van Orden is mourning the death of his oldest daughter, Sydney Martinez. She passed away following a year-long battle with an aggressive form of cancer. Van Orden, who represents Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District, said in a statement, "We are heartbroken that we can't share her smile and her laugh in person, but we are so thankful we were able to spend these years with her."
The extreme heat today is already forcing some Wisconsin schools to cancel class today. Milwaukee schools won't have class due to the excessive heat warnings. Most non-elementary schools there are on an early start calendar, so this is their 2nd week of class. We'll keep you updated on if these schools in our area cancel due to the heat.
Police in Stevens Point say a man and a girl are in custody after a robbery in a Wisconsin Dells parking lot. The Dells Police Department says a Florida man and a girl under 18 demanded money from a boy in a parking lot. The boy handed some over, but the assailants demanded more and then threatened him with a gun.
All right, good morning. We do have that first warn alert day today for the dangerous heat today. In fact, as we look at the heat index, I think already by the noon hour, we should see this heat index get above 100, and it will be staying up there around 4 o'clock. That's when we are expecting that really dangerous heat with the heat index maybe close to 110 this afternoon. We'll look at 80s quickly, warming through the 90s, headed up very close to 100. There will be a bit of a breeze out of the southwest at 10 to 20, but temperatures likely to get very close to 100 as that heat index gets up to a 105, 110 this afternoon. Still have an alert day for tomorrow because of the high heat, but it does come down a little bit. Friday brings in a chance of storms and then much cooler weather just in time for the weekend.
All right, that 99 on that graphic just doesn't look right.
The 100 doesn't fit.
Doesn't. Thanks, Kelly.
Live coverage from Milwaukee continues all day. Keep it here on News 3 Now.